Wow, this is slow. Slow going. Come on. And now boost. There. Whoa! Yes! Go, 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 go. 600. Well, he's flying. Hey guys, this is Kirob speaking, and today we are back in automation for the fastest car in the world challenge. What would have happened if Duesenberg didn't go the way of the dodo and continued to produce record-breaking cars? Well, in this series we're finding out, and today what we're up against is the McLaren F1 with 386 kilometers an hour or 240 miles an hour. I think we are quite far beyond that, but the question is, can we double that speed? I think the answer is no, but we shall find out. Let's get into it. And this is the current situation. It does look very, very good for the company. Basically so good that we can become a mass producer at this point. A few billion in the bank and a company valuation of rounded up 2 billion. That was very generous rounding right there. But yes, we're making really good profit. We have good tech already, which I can increase further. And you know what? Looking at the car bodies that unlock or have unlocked for our record-breaking car for the 1990s, I believe we are going to stick with the one body that we already have and use the opportunity to make even more money. And that could be done with, for instance, let's take a look. What do we have here? Oh, these look rather nice. 13 variants in that one. Take a look here. We have some convertibles. We have some normal cars. We have a people mover. We have vans. But nope. No, there's the pickup as well. I think we have everything we need. And how about we make a new Topaz, but with even more variation and produced out of a large factory? Of course, all based on non-leaded fuel. We can't forget about that because the government is putting down its hammer at the moment. I think we need to work a lot on getting new facelifts out and a new model out. And then see what we can do to the Kyanite, because that would have to be revamped. I don't know how much we can revamp this engine because it's already so damn incredible, having plus 15 quality in basically everything. But yes, let's take a look. Alright, so let's see where we're at. Pretty comfortably sitting at 4,030 horsepower right there. But from what I can tell, I mean, we still have a little bit to go here in terms of revs, and of course, we do have some more capacity to spare as well. How about going, well, the big thing will be MPFI, right? So that already gives us a little bit of a boost, but it will be a little tricky to get this one up to insane new levels of power. I would almost say that it's going to be pretty much impossible because we need to switch down to Super 98. Oh well, and that was the wrong Super 98, of course the unleaded version. But yes, so there's not that much power improvement in this engine specifically, and I wonder what we can do about it. What we are getting though is an increase by basically upping the capacity, an increase in the viable rev range for this engine. And that is because it spools a little earlier with the higher flow. But what more can we do? We are already at 11,000 RPM. We can rev it a little higher, of course. 11,100 now. I believe the main thing that is holding us back is the crank. And what we're waiting for is the billet crank. We definitely gotta get a hold of that. And let's take a look when that comes. Oh, I see. Okay, we're 4 years away from that. Well, that is a decent chunk out. And that is because we only have +2 in bottom end quality. So that sucks. The switch over to MPFI is doable. And then we can later on grab the new billet crank. And yeah, just improve the engine like this. What I'm going to do is to put a reasonable engine into this car now. Based on this base engine, on this family. And keep engineering the actual engine for the new record-breaking car at the same time. It's a good starting point. MPFI at quality 10, and we also added one additional quality to exhaust. Just 17 months, and we can continue to improve the processes and all that. We're going to make a clone of this one, and that one is going to be the reasonable engine of this. So this is the not prototype, but what should we call it? The RB80T1, because it's tame. Yes, not turbo. It's also turbo, but it's TT, tame turbo 1. Yes, perfect. Well, what we are left with is a barely spooling, slightly weaker engine. And that needs to be retuned. This is a slight difference. But it's very reliable. It only has a penalty of 24% on the conrods. Ah, what beautiful turbo tuning. It's so easy to just shift this and tune it correctly. As you want to pass the green stuff, not make it almost explode and just barely not do so. But yeah, this is already looking way better and way more usable, and we're just making 2060 horsepower. Oh, kind of an important fact here. We don't necessarily want to put on our reasonable version a race intake, do we? So yeah, let's dial that back a little to just a performance high. Well, this is fun. You can really see that there's more in this engine. It is just at 1,980 horsepower now, but it's just rising. So there will be the tuner guys who are going to rip this open and try to kill themselves. And now that we have a reasonable engine, I think it is time to make a reasonable car out of it. And what better way to make it more reasonable than by putting on tires that actually have some grip. That's decent. That's a good jump. But yes, also gearing and cooling are things that seem appropriate for a car of this kind. I think this one will be quite rapid around the test track. It just has a top speed of 472 kilometers an hour. Very tame. Very, very tame. But yes, let's see how quick it does the automation test track. And that is a 205. Yeah, that is very, very quick. I know it's not so relevant, but you know what I would like to do, just because I can. Make a lighter version of this car, based on the Dart 6 engine that we're going to turbocharge. That is going to be fun. And for that, I'm going to revise the Dart 6 family, which is overdue an update anyway. We need to switch to MPFI and fuel that is allowed to be sold. Oh, alright. Yep, right. So 3.5, the old one, it's down there. I think this would slightly improve our engine overall. And I'm going to make not only the luxury base version, but a light sports version with just 3.3 liters that is producing a lot more power. Oh man, I love what I'm seeing here. Look at this! This is fantastic. 1980. 550 horsepower. Easy going, thanks to all the damn tech that we have. This is not even close to being stressed, right? So that's quite powerful. Adequate amounts of power? Check. Look at that. Beautiful. And with this much money, I think we can start building the Dart 6 in a non-contract factory. That is going to be expensive and really good. And the engines are going to be very inexpensive at that point. I deliberately chose to not have any iron components in this, so not using an iron block. And the heads and the block are now aluminium. So we just need forge works and an aluminium foundry. Holy. Wow, okay. How about we build it with just completely decked out facilities? I have Forgeworks, Allo, and all the stuff to beef up quality. The engine material is really expensive, and that is because I have not optimized for process. Let's see if we can make this a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, keeping time down is important too. Let's see how it pans out. First the engines, then the cars, then the factories and engineering. This is good. So I'm building a light sports car version of this using the new Sport Light A of the Dart 6 2 dash 2. And now that we have electronic fuel injection, I can of course use a limiter. So this car is now, instead of going 300.8 kilometers an hour and costing us a lot for the tires, I'm just going to limit it as 300. And all of a sudden it is 1,300 buckaroos cheaper. Still very expensive because we are going to keep up the quality for the car overall so that we don't have to re-engineer it in the next facelift. You know what, I wonder how fast the light sports version is around the track, limited to just 300 kilometers an hour, because these should be quite fast indeed. Much lighter too, much less power of course, but quite fast. Yeah, it's not like the record breaker, but it's up there. But I do believe this is a really nice setup. So we have the very tame version as the mega hypercar, and then we have a light sports version and a supercar convertible based on the Dart 6 Power version, and the light sports of course based on the light sports lightweight sports version. Yes, and now let's see how bad this engineering is. Not bad at all. I'm very happy with this setup of the Kyanite. This is going to sell big, and we are going to have to move it into larger factories with that. But now we need to make room for this one to move into a larger factory by well, making a new car. Are we going with this one? I believe that's the choice, right? Does it have a coupe or something alike? No, that's good. No, that's not good. But that's fine, because we have sports cars covered by some other models, don't we? And you know what? We are going to stick to Space Frame. This, by the way, is the new moneymaker car. The replacement for the Topaz. Oh man, there's so much to do. Now we need to make a new version of the Dart 4 as well. The Dart 4-2 blah. Well, let's get onto it. Alright, the very first Dart 4 plus the family version of our new moneymaker is now done. The calcite. So this is what we have so far. 5 different trims. And again, troubles with utility. We're not really pushing into those markets. I'm doing something wrong. Or rather, based on a monocoque chassis, the first one in our productions, you can't really make a good utility vehicle, which is also slightly true. So I think instead what we are going to do is to make a cheapo sports/fun version instead. I think that's going to fill the markets nicely. And that is looking like a colorful mix of things. Quite happy with this. As you can see, this is now the sporty version that we have, and it's filling out the sports sector of the markets nicely, with some cheaper alternatives to our slightly more premium cars. Upgrading our Frenia main location to build lots of engines, from a medium 1 to a medium 3, and switching the iron foundry to an aluminium foundry for the Dart 4, for the new Dart 4. That is, and adding some staff and maintenance. That is also going into the hundreds of millions in costs, but I think overall this is going to be paid back soon enough. And the engines are coming out nice and cheap. Ouch. Building a large factory with steel presses, that is that costs a little bit. Not the steel presses necessarily, they are cheap compared to the factory. Now that is a massive project. Let's see how much it's supposed to cost. Ooh, profit margin, not the highest. But yeah. Okay, this isn't looking too bad. At 30% margin, we're supposedly gaining $1 billion in profit after 5 years. And I think we can definitely make production a lot more efficient. If you take a look at this, slim margin. A lot more efficient by beefing up the engineering of this project, which we right now can't really do. But a quick facelift will solve that issue. Alright, I think I got it. After a long time setting everything up. This is getting really complex with engine sharing and everything. So we have the calcite, which is our new moneymaker, of course. The kyanite is going into an upgraded small factory and has very tame versions of it, as we have seen, just slightly below 2,000 horsepower, but also some Dart 6 engines. And then we have the revamp of the Opal. And that one is going to be also based on the Dart 6 engine, but is moving into a proper engine factory and into an upgraded, into one of the medium factories that was previously used by the Topaz. Okay, so on the engine side, we have set it up this way. The Dart 6 projects take 36 months, as does the RB Ultimate. It's also 36 months. And then the big new one takes 4 years, so 48 months. That is being built in the new large factory. That should work. I'm going to save now, and then we are finally leaving in January of 1980. And hopefully with future profits that are going to be absolutely gigantic. Well, the fun thing is looking at this. You see this? Company valuation and then interest cost. This is a total of 2.4 billion. I wonder how many of you who are playing along sign off something like this in 1980. And of course, we don't want to sign off the 48 months projects, but just the 36. They are supposed to be in lockstep with each other, only taking $660 million. No loan on this. It's fine. We're going to take the big loan on the 48 month with the large factory because that is insanely large. So yeah, we just sign those off. No, wait a sec. Disagree. I do want to have this before sign off. And now we do it. Agree, and then. This is still 1.7 billion. Activate the loan, 100% coverage. Wow. We were going to pay 500 million in in interest. Ouch. Holy. But yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, it's an investment, right? So there we go. Sign that one off as well. 100% loan coverage. Yep. That is going to be hurt. Yes. Of course, we also need to make sure that we are getting that new Ultimate engine in due time. And also, what other things do we need? We did need the bottom end. Where is it? Billet. Right. Do we want to up this some more here? That we also get that one a little earlier. We do have 3 years. Yeah, we can have this. There's up to +5. That should be good. What is our marketing doing? We haven't looked in here for a long time. Oh, yeah, right. Gazmere is going to open up in 10 years. Can't market there just yet, but that is going to be a big sink of money once we are there. And finally, the first month tick of the episode. How bad is it? Oh, yes, we are actually losing money. Nice. You what? This... Wow, okay. The kyanite is still so far out, but we are selling so many of them already. How's the... Oh, the opal as well. Alright. Well, that does bode well for how they're going to sell afterwards. My power sedan with almost 600 horsepower? I do have to say, this stuff is quite scary when you see those big numbers just disappearing from your account. 30 million a month. Long time to go, but this one is completely covered. What is currently sucking out the money is the big construction of the very expensive engine factory, very high-tech engine factory. Oh wow, the kyanite is having some issues. Minus 18 months? That it is selling really well, I would say. We do have a few months of this one in stock. Let's stop production, please. And now this is going to be even more scary, with now more factory build costs coming in. Wow. We have another 10 months of cash. But here we go, minus 26 months for the kyanite. And those are cars that aren't directly cheap, are they? Ooh, okay. Well, that is not the month tick that I wanted to see. We're still making a little bit of loss, but has stabilized. Considering how much pre-orders we have of these things, I think we can up the price quite easily. That's fine. The Opal is also selling really damn well. At least those numbers are... These are still rising. We really need to up the price for these. But that is looking about right. How many are we making? 1,600 of these super luxury vehicles per month, and that's not enough. Well, this is getting a little crazy. Just making a facelift for the Opal, and of course we need to add more factories. This is not going according to plan. Also, probably when I'm making a quick facelift of the kyanite to improve production efficiency, I'm going to just add another factory to that as well, because well, minus 18 months, it's not optimal. So there's the facelift for the kyanite done as well, only changing a bit of tooling and stuff, so nothing fancy. And we're going to make an individual facelift for the engine. All right, there we have it. We have unlocked both DCOE, dual overhead cam, 5 valve, as well as billet steel cranks. That means we can beef up the engine significantly now. Okay, cool. Let's see what we can do with this one. Still many, many years to go, but let's choose that thing. And as you can see, torque problems be no more. And that means that basically we're now no longer limited by what we were limited by severely before. How about making a little bit more power now then? And that is a good sign. So already got some 500 extra horsepower out of this one. And we're just limited by, well, no longer torque. How much are we making? 3,300. So can we make way more than this. And we're just limited by valve load. And that ticks us off for something that we need to start now. And that is the RB Ultimate 2. The one engine that is going to carry us throughout the endgame. And, oh, nice. We have reached 7 liters again. That's pretty good. Yeah, but and revving up to 7,000. 10,800. Keeping the power. Very powerful. Ooh, there's a slight issue though. It doesn't like us starting with billet cranks at plus 15. Ouch. Okay, getting more reasonable. Plus 5 right now. What? It's saying plus 8. Well, yeah, plus 5 for the one where it matters. Exhaust. Wow, this is also super expensive for just plus 1 quality. And so it ends. The RB Ultimate 2 Prototype A. It's the beginning of the end. Let's construct something that is going to nuke the rest of the game. 75, 105. Probably not going to use the 105, but just keeping that as an option. This is going to be tiny. Like, we're aiming for something like 6.5 liters or so. Let's see how that goes. Oh, we got a problem here. We got a massive problem here. Dual overhead cam doesn't unlock with tech ball. Well, that's a bummer. So we gotta wait some more. Well, note that down as a bug. Oh, this is scary. Already 10 months almost of behind production for the calcite. And is it going to be our savior? Or what is taking our company to the grave. Well, we do have positive company valuation again, so that's nice to see. And some other facelifts in here as well. And, oh, there's a weird engine, factory bug. Okay, now we are basically back to having no money. We have all our facelifts out. So now we need to make big cash. The calcite is doing its job. That's going pretty well, it looks like. Alright, so please, please, please. Positive cash. There we go. Okay. It looks like we're fine. After that little scare, rapidly disappearing money, and we are at a company valuation of just beyond zero. Basically annihilated 1.5 billion company worth there, but we're going to bounce back from this if my calculations aren't completely wrong. Now, it is about making the next prototype. Prototype H of our record-breaking engine, where we are hopefully increasing the power of the billet a little bit more. Definitely getting there. Well, now we're at 4,650 horsepower. No, I stand corrected, because manifold size does matter. And so now it's 4,800. Yeah, make that 4,900. Now things are getting a little scary again. I mean, we don't have that much money left, and just about breaking even here. This can disappear real fast, especially when you have a large factory at hand. A little worrying, I have to say. Whew, just making a facelift for the calcite is 140 million. That is, Did I say scary in the last few minutes? I think I did. And this crash of the economy sure hasn't helped either. Yeah, but it looks like we are keeping afloat. Did have to take out another loan for this one, though. And now it is almost time. Where is it? Down here. For the next facelift of the RB Ultimate. Okay, we're making it out of the recession here. This is looking a lot better. I did reduce my research budget a little, by about 10 million actually. Just 2 clicks. it's that extreme. There was 1 fuel system and 1 engine architecture. I think I put back the engine architecture, as this thing is coming up very soon. So let's see how the kyanite is doing. That is looking pretty solid. Very solid, actually. And this also means that it's now time for our new record-breaking trim. So this is our final starting point, 5,000 horsepower. Let's see what we can make out of it now that we have additional beef on the table. Well, I would love to take VVT, but I don't think we can stomach the extra cost there. That's like 80 months difference for the next engine. Houston, we got a problem. Engine fitting, 161 months. I think I get around this by changing the engine that was in the car already. Let's see if that works. Yeah, okay, so this one has 0 months. So now what happens if I change that one to be basically the equivalent of the other engine? Alright, that kind of works. I really hope that we're not getting smashed now, but it could work. Let's see. It's not the exact same as what I wanted to do, but it might be within the time frame. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. So I don't know where the 100 something months came from, but this is with the engine switch. So it's just, in air quotes, 41 months. We can massage that down to basically nothing. So that's fine. But it's not great, because we have to regain that for the kyanite later. But our record breaker car is secured, so let's make this proper fast. That means that we also can modify our stroke a little bit. 5.1 reliability, that is allowed, and we are reaching 5,250. The gearing isn't an issue, because we are revving that damn high. And this looks like we're going to reach top speed right there at just shy of 700 kilometers an hour. We are allowed 913 kilos of lift at the front. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's my rules here. And we are currently at wow, yeah, that's scary. Plus a little bit, of course, because it's going to go faster than 674, which is breaking our old record. So that's cool. I can go down a little bit lower then. Yeah, this is looking quite legal. Let's see, so it's 678, we are at 835 out of 914. Yeah, that's still good. And if we are taking a look at power versus traction, we see that we do have more traction than power. That's also looking good. So we can reduce further the rear wing angle, making the car overall a little more faster. Nice, so I think that's in balance now. Let's see how fast this thing goes. Oh yeah, by the way, boost kicks in at 280 kilometers an hour. Wow. Are you ready? I don't think I am. Let's see. Wow, this is slow. Slow going. Come on. And now boost. There. Whoa! Yes. Go, 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 go. 600. Well, he's flying. He's flying. Final gear. 680, 91. Maybe we can gain a little bit thanks to our overlap we have here in power. Maybe we can gain a little bit by just being able to go and boost earlier at like 200 kilometers an hour. Yeah, okay, there was another kilometer now in it. Nice. Yeah, I think 14 months is fine. So that is 89. Yep, that's good. Plenty of margin in that. And the engine only costs us... well, no, that's the wrong engine. Uh-oh. Yeah, I do need to select that one. The engine costs us... Well, who knows? Where is it? Where is it? Only 64k. Okay. And we are making sure that we're building every trim that we have so that we don't miss out on the important one. And supposedly, we're getting plenty of sales, aren't we? Oh yeah, scary times as always. So, sign this one off, no loan, 28 million, that's fine. And... wait a sec, that's 14 months, yeah, good, good, yep. So sign these off, agreed. Whew. Next up, this one. Oh cool, already 5 pre-orders for that. That's massive. The calcite has come online again. Let's see if... ooh, yeah, that's a lot of pre-orders here. Let's see if that is now really making it steady going forward. I really hope so. So, one more month tick, and then we have dual overhead cam, a 5-valve. The RB Ultimate Prototype 2. There we go. Buggy, but we got it. So, I don't think we can at this point then get that happen until for the 90s version. For the 2000 version of the... oh, maybe. Well, maybe. How much familiarity? Oof. Just 35%? That's not enough. I don't think that quite works. Not at plus 15. Let's see. So, all this stuff, of course, is going to... oh, do we need lightweight? Nah, we need heavy-duty forged, right? So, forge that. I just need to get the basics right, and then I just set it to quality equals to tech pool, and we should be good. That's already looking quite juicy. 1,400 horsepower out of 6 liters. Is it 6 liters? Yeah, exactly 6 liters without optimizations. But yeah, of course, this is on boost, so only 0.5 bar, but yeah, we can keep it that way. We don't need anything fancy here right now. So that was already it. I mean, we don't need anything proper for this first one, not in the variant. It's only about engineering the family, and that is looking like it is going to be able to be done in within a reasonable amount of time. And of course, we are not going to set it to learning, but rather just work. So, how much funding do we want to put into this? A few months here and there probably don't matter too much. But, yeah, I mean, 76 million, that should be fine with how we're set up. That is going to be the engine to beat in the coming years. Well, still a lot of work to do on it, but it's a start. It's a plus 15 base engine, 75 bore. The engineering is done, and now we just need to sell it. 20 per month are being ordered. Let's see if it's automatically producing them. It should, because that's the highest margin car. It looks like it. Yep, they're 20 delivered. So now, we just need to wait for January of 1990. That's also the time where Gizmir and Helvetia open their borders. That does bode well for the calcite. We are going to sell and flood the markets. But now, let's go to January. Oh, and also, what we no longer need is massive amounts of that tech pool. I can keep it at +5 or something, but it's fine. Whoa, that took a while. Let me see. How long have I been recording this? It's 5 hours and 45 minutes. It takes a while to make such a simple, complex playthrough. Almost going bankrupt in the meantime. It was a little close there, even if it not necessarily looked at it with 150 million in the bank, but they disappeared quickly. So, we made it here. Now we need to check what our actual final speed is. So we're going to the car museum and the Record Breaker 90 car. And then straight to the test track. And here, enjoy. Holy shit! Oh man, this is so fast. Like once it's going on boost, yeah, no stopping this thing. Come on, and yes, it is the 692. And let's calculate our score for it. As always, the calculation is simple. It is just taking our 692, then minus 386, which was for the McLaren F1, the 240 miles an hour. That is 306 kilometers an hour faster than the McLaren F1. Then we divide by 2 and have our score, which is 153 points. And with that, as always, I hope you enjoyed. You're going to check out the links below to the other contestants having a really good shot at this race. I'm better than I do. And I hope you enjoyed. Did I say that? I did. Anyway, I see you guys next time.